Hello guys and welcome to another video on DJ Vlogs, and welcome back to the 157th episode of the Now Update. Today I've got quite a lot to talk about, so let's jump in with all the latest Now Cycle music news and updates. First of all, I'll go through those upcoming albums that are due to be released. So we of course have Now That's What I Call Music 115. That of course is due to release this Friday on the 28th of July. And of course alongside the release of that we have the re-release of Now That's What I Call Music 15. And that is also due to release this Friday on the 28th of July. Then we have Now That's What I Call USA, the 80s, and that is due to release on the 11th of August. And we have Now Yearbook 1992 Extra, and that is due to release on the 18th of August. Then we have Now Yearbook 1983, the re-release edition, also due to release on the 18th of August. And then we have Now Yearbook 1984, the re-released edition, and that is also due to release on the 18th of August. So if you would like to pull yourself a copy of any of those albums, you can do. There'll be links in the description down below if it's going to be ordered. You can of course pre-order from Amazon, HMV's website, and of course Now Music's online store. And when those albums are out, you'll be able to get them in supermarkets and HMV stores. So of course I just did mention along those upcoming albums, of course we do of course have Now Yearbook 1983 re-release, as well as Now Yearbook 1984 re-release. Now Music did of course announce in the last week that they're going to be re-releasing Now Yearbook 1983 and 1984. They're going to be re-releasing both the special edition CD and the vinyl. The vinyl however will not be coloured vinyl, so when those vinyls were originally released they're actually going to be coloured vinyl, whereas for the re-release it's just going to be coming up on standard black vinyl. So both of those albums coming out on the 18th of August. I'm not going to make any announcement video of course showing artwork and track lists on that, purely because I've already done those before. The track list stays exactly the same as like the artwork, so there's no change in that. They're literally just re-releasing the special edition CD as well as the vinyl, but of course the only difference being the vinyl is not on coloured vinyl this time. So now let's have a look at all that soccer music albums in the official top 50 compilation album chart. This is where I look at all that soccer music albums that feature in the official top 50 compilation album chart, which is updated every Friday. So number one, we have Now Cycle 12-inch 80s 1980. That of course is a new entry there at number one. That's gone so well to go straight to number one. I'm so glad that's gone straight to number one. Let's just hope it doesn't fall down many places next week. At 12 we have Now Cycle Music 114. That of course is a no mover this week. I'm so glad that's managed to stay at number 12 this week, though I do hope in the next few weeks it will make its way back up into the top 10. At 15 we have Now That's What I Call Sizzling Summer. At 16 we have Now Yearbook 1992. At 28 we have Now That's What I Call Legendary. At 33 we have Now That's What I Call Massive Hits and Number Ones. And at 43 we have Now Millennium 2000 to 2001. So those are all that soccer music albums in the official top 50 compilation album chart, which is updated every Friday. So this week we have 7 Now albums in the top 50. We did of course also have 7 albums in the top 50 last week to maintain the same amount of albums. This week the albums don't seem to be doing very well. The statistics for the albums in the top 50 this week are: we have 4 albums going down, we have 1 album going up, we have 1 no mover, and we have 1 new entry. And of course that 1 new entry there being Now That's What I Call 12-inch 80s 1980, which has gone straight in at number 1 this week. But as I said, the majority of these albums are falling down. We do of course unfortunately have 4 albums moving down the chart this week, which I really do hope more of those can start moving up. Of course I have a few more new entries over the next coming weeks as more and more albums are being announced, but I just hope that more of these albums can start moving up over the next few weeks. So that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. It'd be much appreciated if you do. Also, make sure you subscribe and enable notifications to be notified every time I release a new video. And make sure you follow me on Instagram, my Twitter, and my Snapchat. That'll be just aside right there. And links to those social medias will be in the description down below. Make sure you follow up on all of them. And guys, I will see you soon for another YouTube video.